G'day, John Canny here again. Well, I've just come back from a short trip to Fraser Island. Now, Fraser Island, for those of you who don't know, is a large sand island just off the coast of Queensland. Great place to try out your beach driving. If you want to go inland, there's certainly some great four-wheel drive tracks inland as well. So I had a great time, but while I was there, I had a couple of little mishaps, mainly with wiring and things dragging underneath in my connections to the van. So I went looking for my tool bag, and I have a pretty good tool bag. So here it is. But boy, did I get frustrated, and did things like my little mirror get broken? Yep, sure they did. So here's kind of my tool bag. Now that becomes a nightmare when you're on the side of the road. You're either in the heat or in the rain or in the dark, trying to sort your tools out from that mess. So I thought to myself, what do I need? I need a tool roll. I've seen them on a few YouTube clips and whatnot. So yes, a tool roll is what I need. That'll sort all this out surely. So first thing I thought about was canvas. I love canvas. I need a good quality canvas tool roll. So onto Amazon, have a look around there. So there's a lot of stuff from the States which is really expensive, made in the USA, and there's a whole lot of middle of the range, average quality stuff that comes from Asia. So I looked around to see what I could buy locally, and I ended up with this from a firm called Crash Pad. Now, they're a local organisation here in Queensland, Australia, and I've got a few of their items. I've got a chainsaw bag, and I've got a couple of clear top bags and bits and pieces, and it's all very good quality. So I thought I'll give them a go. So I bought this this morning. Cost me $145, which is a fair amount of money, I must say. But I'm going to see how it goes. If it's in line with the quality of the rest of the stuff that I've got from them, I'll be really happy. Now, I always ask them when I go there, is this made here in Australia or is this stuff you've had made overseas? Because they have a mix of stuff at Crash Pad. Some of it's made overseas, in Asia of course, and some of it's made right there in their factory. And she said, no, this is actually from overseas. But I have found with their stuff, the quality is still good, although I'm disappointed not to be buying locally. So what I've got here is I've got a pamphlet on zipper maintenance, which is interesting. Subjecting a zipper to mud, dust or even dirty water is just about the quickest way to destroy it, etc, etc. So it tells you how to clean the zipper and whatnot, and then are you a flasher? Send us a picture, that sort of thing, so they help with their advertising. So let's have a look at this and see whether it's been worth, push those down there, worth $145. Well, the first thing about it, it looks and feels like good quality. There's no doubt about that. Everything's beautifully sewn, heavy duty canvas, good quality clips. Okay. Right. Well, it's quite large, as you can see. I mean, that must be about, guessing on this table, about 120 centimetres long, which is about 4 feet, and it's about 35 centimetres wide, and we've got a flap over the top here, so it all looks very pretty. I've got three bags that are removable, or pouches, whatever you like to call them. 1, 2, yeah, they're all removable. And some pouches in here for spanners, tools, whatnot. So I'm going to set about sorting out this mess, putting all my tools in here and see how we go. Certainly looks pretty good so far. So, let's start with the spanners. So I'll go through all of these. I won't bore you with loading up everything in here. And we'll be back in a minute when she's loaded up. Okay, so here we are now. Out of that pile you saw, out of this bag here, I've got nearly all of it in here, except for these things. So we'll go through what I've got in here. Got a few ring spanners, which I plan to replace with a set of ordinary ring spanners, not ratchet spanners, mainly because the head's a bit smaller and I think they're more useful in a sort of a emergency type situation. I've got enough screwdrivers to cover me. I've got a large shifter, got some nippers. I've got another all-purpose wide jaw shifter here, some multi-grips, some vice grips, some wire cutters, some long nose pliers, some ordinary pliers, a chisel and a small file. So they fit easily in there. Then I've got these three packages, or three little wallets here. This one I've got cable ties, I've got roller tape, I've got some spare shackles, hose clips, a number of pins and different bits and pieces in there. So that's good. In this one I've got sockets and plenty of room in there for only half full at the very most. That's 3/4 full. I could put a lot more in there if I chose to, and I might put some of these things in here we'll talk about in a moment. Over in this one, well, I haven't got much to put in here, so I've put my roll of Allen keys in there. So there's plenty of room still in that one. And I've got these two large pockets here that I haven't got anything in at the moment. So what's not in here, firstly my hammer, which wasn't in that bag, but I like to carry a hammer in my toolkit. It's just a bit long. So, you know, I could roll it up like that, but I'm a bit sort of fussy about having things right. So that particular hammer won't fit. I assume that the Estwing is, well, it's actually bigger, so it's not because it's a large hammer. So I might do something about finding a hammer that fits in there. So what didn't go in? Well, roll of electrical wire. I've got a couple of tubes of things here. Maybe these things I shouldn't be taking anyway. Thread sealant, liquid gasket rubber, small tape. Well, that can certainly go in here. I can put that in there. There's plenty of room in there for that. Some leak seal. Well, that could, if I took it out of the packet, that certainly could go in there. Just a bit of spare 8mm wire. Never know. Roll of gaffer tape, which is just about out, and I normally carry some duct tape, but that's in the car. Some wire, which would, you know, I could squash up and fit my wire in there. But this didn't go in. And I like to carry this. This is small sockets, so I could actually just sit that there. I think probably be nice if it fitted in there, but it doesn't. So excluding those aside, and let's just see how we go just sitting that there. So it's got this good flap. Now, it really is heavy duty canvas. It's beautifully made, absolutely beautifully made. The zips are typical of the zips that you'll find on crash pads, so they seem to be good quality. See how that goes, but it looks pretty good. So let's see. As I said, I've just put that there. How we go rolling this thing up. Okay, well, that was pretty easy, so put our clips on. And there we have it. Now maybe I'll just do that slightly differently. Pull that around nice and neatly. Put that on loosely and then tighten it up. That's better. So there it is. It's heavy enough because it's got all my tools in it. Now I can tighten that up a bit further. I'm pretty pleased with that. That's not going to rattle, it's easy to store. If I want to get out and do some tools, I don't have to go looking for things. Get it out of the car, unclip it. And there we go. So, yeah, I reckon, I know $145 is pretty pricey, but I don't think I'm going to wear that out. So, if you're looking for a tool roll, and you want to get one locally in Australia, I'm sure they probably send them overseas as well, this is a good quality piece of gear, no doubt about that. A couple of final things to mention. Firstly, obviously my toolkit makes it clear that I'm not out there changing wheel bearings or, you know, doing major work on the car or the vehicle. You know, what I'm carrying with me is enough to fix up little things that go wrong. If I need those major mechanical things, I'm not equipped out there to do it. That's not what I'm going out there for, and I'm certainly not pulling my vehicle apart on the side of the road to do those things. So this is just for the odd bits and pieces that may go wrong. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope it was informative in some way. If you think there's some things that I haven't got in my little toolkit here that I really should be carrying when I'm going to the outback, I'd really appreciate a few comments on letting me know bits and pieces that I might be missing that you think is essential. Okay, talk to you again soon. If you can subscribe, I'd appreciate it.